Tom Aspinall has reached his limit, and now he's speaking out. If Jon Jones truly wants a spot on the UFC's landmark White House event, he may need to prove himself first. After all the setbacks Jones brought to the division, long silences, repeated injuries, talk of retirement, and constant avoidance, Aspinall isn't willing to keep waiting for someone who never showed up when it counted most.
Do you think Jon is ducking you?
Yes.
Was that
I
Tom?
do. I think, I said, yeah, he is. He definitely is. I think that there's just an easier path for him. And I understand it. I do understand it completely. I understand that there's bigger fights out there for him with way less risk and way more money. I understand it. But in all honesty, do I think he's ducking me? Absolutely.
I do have to ask you about these reports of you being an asshole. Are they true?
Sometimes, yeah. Yes, I think everybody is sometimes.
The craziest thing was when Tom won the last fight in Manchester, I go, Tom, what do you want to say to the champ, Jon Jones? And Tom goes, Jon, you're a really nice fella, and I would love to fight you. And then Jon's like, this guy's a dick.
That's why it's so funny to hear Jon saying that. He's like the nicest guy on the planet. You're the exact opposite of your countryman, Michael Bisping. You're a genuinely nice person, you know what I mean?
Jon Jones, you don't know where you stand. Dana said it's the biggest fight in UFC history now, so...
Yeah, I've had enough talking about it, mate. I'm honestly bored of it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll just see. I'm ready to fight whenever they tell me, so just let me know. I'll be there.
Everyone thinks you're a bit of like a quintessential good guy. Could we see a heel turn at some point in the MMA world?
We might do. Who knows? Who knows?
Is Jon Jones scared to fight you?
Yes. Jon is conning the public. The fact that he didn't want to fight in Gane for 3 years and now he's not wanting to fight me for over a year.
Is that fight fucking happening?
The UFC are saying that it's going to happen. I think it's down to him and Dana.
Dana loves Jon Jones.
He's trying to grease up his ego a little bit. I think he's one of the best fighters ever. Definitely top 3. That's debatable when you start putting in about drug tests and stuff like that, I think.
Damn. What drug are you talking about specifically?
Yeah.
But Aspinall, so far, the way he dispatched off
The Russian guy,
oh
yeah.
my God. And he's fast, but he's the same height as me, if not an inch taller, but thick.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're a lot thicker than I would expect.
Yeah.
And the speed, that's the thing that I'm like, okay, that's the danger. But again, grappling, he's a black belt, but Jon is...
It's different.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. They got to fight. But if they don't ever fight, we'll never know. Because we had that with Jon and Silva. We had that with Silva and GSP. So all these fights we will never see.
Jon Jones may be throwing around lines like, hopefully Aspinall doesn't avoid me. But the irony is obvious. Tom Aspinall hasn't been avoiding anyone, but is also not handing out free chances, especially not to the man who stole a career for nearly a year. Jones stepped away, left the title inactive, ignored challenges, and let the division sit idle. Now that talk of a White House card is building and the spotlight is back, suddenly Jones is showing interest again. Aspinall isn't convinced, and most fans aren't either.
My feelings towards him, I just wish him all the best. Genuinely wish him all the best. If he feels satisfied with what he's done, which he's saying he is, and he's happy to leave like that, then I genuinely wish him all the best.
Did you have any idea what you're doing next and when you'll be back in the octagon?
I do, but I also want to keep my job. So there's not much I can say on it, to be honest. But
Will you be fighting this year?
I'm going to be fighting hopefully twice this year. That's my plan.
Oh, wow.
At least I think I've wasted enough time. We're looking for a quick. We're looking to get a fight booked quick, and it's looking like it's going to be pretty soon anyway. And then hopefully, if everything goes well in the first one, I'm uninjured, which is, it's easier said than done. Getting through a fight, there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
Jon Jones called us last night and retired. Jon Jones is officially retired. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion of the UFC.
What do you think UK MMA needs now to sort of kick on again into that next level?
Tom to beat Jon Jones and me to win the lightweight belt.
Talking of next fights, what's going on?
I've got a fight coming up soon, so I can't say anything else other than that. There are a lot of politics involved, unfortunately, but that is the nature of elite sports. That's what happens. Not something that I've experienced too much of, to be honest, up until the last 10 months of my life. I really believe it's going to come good in the end and everything's going to work out for the best.
Any indication how long until we're going to hear something from you?
The next couple of weeks.
While Jon Jones was busy traveling the globe and sharing vacation photos from Thailand, Tom Aspinall stepped up on short notice to face one of the toughest heavyweights in the division. He dominated and captured the interim title in less than a round. That's what true champions do. They show up, they fight, and they don't play games or avoid challenges. So now that Jones is hinting at a comeback and talking about facing whoever holds a belt when the White House card takes place, Aspinall isn't rushing to reward the very man who left him waiting without direction, without a title, and without a chance to unify.
Is Jon Jones retired? Is he fighting again?
I don't want to say that I'm retired because fighting's in my blood. Right now, I could really care less about fighting. I've been doing it my whole life at a very high level. When the itch comes back, and if it comes back, then I'll do it with my whole heart. I'll do it to the best of my abilities.
I was retired. I felt like I was at a place where I've done it all in the MMA space, and felt like there wasn't too many more challenges for me, and I just wanted to do something more than championships and money. And Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden, and that just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military, and this is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have a very strong feeling that I'll be on that card. It's going to be historic.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Any possible names you think?
Well, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. It'd be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night. I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
And that's a good thing because we're going to put on the best card we've ever done for that White House event. You know what I mean? It's going to be it's a one-of-one experience. Like when we did the Sphere, it's the Sphere on steroids. I mean, it's going to be a one-of-one event. There'll be nothing like it ever again.
UFC is coming to the White House. Now, I saw this. I was like, oh my God, this is insane.
We're going to have a UFC fight. Think of this on the grounds of the White House. We have a lot of land there. We're going to build a little. We're not. Dana's going to do it.
Of course, there's a lot of people out there that are talking shit. The leftist media, they're all out there going, oh my God, this is crazy. They've gone full idiocracy. Look, listen, it's a bit of fun. It's a great sport. Donald Trump loves it, and he's loved the UFC for years. And I'll tell you.
And at this point, it's bigger than Jon Jones. It's about Tom Aspinall himself. He is not just a temporary replacement. He represents the future of the heavyweight division. Quick, intelligent, powerful, precise, and above all, active. He's ready, he's eager, and his career won't be put on hold for anyone, whether Jones decides to return or not.
I had heard a rumor that Jon Jones wanted $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. And I did hear that rumor. And I did hear that the UFC said yes, but it is not true. So Dana contacted me, said that rumor's bullshit. So I felt obligated to tell everybody that was a fake rumor.
What do you think the amount is that Jon Jones would fight him for, or do you think it's an amount?
Well, apparently Jon is thinking about retiring.
Yeah.
And he should. I mean, he's going to have to someday. He should. I'm not saying he should retire. I'm saying he should think about it. Give the man all the time he wants. He can fight whenever he wants to fight. That's Jon Jones. He's the GOAT. So leave him alone. If he decides one day to come back, and he comes back and he wants to fight Tom Aspinall for the heavyweight title, the question is, like, how long are you allowed to hold on to the title before they start having that conversation? Now, he just knocked out Stipe Miocic, so give the man months. Give the man 5 or 6 months. Just leave him the fuck alone. But at a certain point in time, you have to decide who the heavyweight champion is. And if Tom is the interim heavyweight champion and Jon decides he doesn't want to fight anymore, he could do that. And he could do that also and then come back in a year and fight for the title. He could do that. Like, he could do whatever he wants.
Do you think the Aspinall-Jones fight happens?
It's got to happen. I was sitting next to Tom the other week at the UFC in London and talking to him about it.
How do you think that plays out if they fight?
I'll be honest, Tom's a friend. I love Tom. He's one of the coolest dudes in the whole of MMA. Even though Jones is getting old, I just can't pick against Jon Jones. The one thing I do think Jon Jones has got the best in the world and the best ever is his fight IQ. He has a perfect game plan to beat that person. As much as I love Tom and I want Tom to win, I couldn't pick against Jon Jones. It's just something I couldn't do.
Did Jon Jones in some way ruin the legacy
that could have been the greatest in combat sports of all time.
And here's my answer to that. The only reason,
One of the best of all time.
Here's my answer to that. The only reason it's in danger of being tarnished is because he didn't take this fight. Because we haven't been thinking about the past transgressions. We would think about this fight. And the fact that he's not fighting this guy, and it's believed, like the great DC himself is saying, yo, he's walking away because he does not want to fight this guy. That's bad. Dana White came to me and told me, look, Aspinall wants that guy. I hadn't even heard of Aspinall. I watched him a couple of times.
If he's really retired as a fight fan, I'm sad. I'm glad I saw him fight at MSG.
Because I think he's the greatest. I think Jon Jones is the greatest.
Incredible watch. So if there's any chance he changes his mind, we'd all love to see it.
As you say, Molly, he's the greatest, but what are we talking about? Possibly, people are saying possibly it's because he's ducking somebody. That's not good. That's not good.
Can you tell us the timeline of Jon accepted the fight, went to Thailand, came back, didn't want the fight? What happened?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Thailand was the end of it. You know, we were talking about it before that. But yeah, the fight was done. We had the fight done a long time ago. So why he decided not to fight, you guys have to ask him that.
Is it accurate? There's a lot of reports about figures he was offered. Is it fair to say he was offered a lot of money to take this fight?
Yeah. Listen, he was offered what he deserves for that fight. Yeah.
I'll just come out and ask you, do you think he's ducking Tom Aspinall?
No. Jon Jones, I said it a million times and I'll say it again. He's never ducked anybody other than that one goofy time with the Chael Sonnen thing. He's never ducked anybody. And, I think the reality is whatever changed his mind with this fight, I don't know, you'd have to ask him that, but, he's 38 years old and I don't know.
Do you think if it was someone like Alex Pereira, he would fight then? And it's maybe Tom that he specifically doesn't fancy the matchup, doesn't fancy the age difference?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to these questions. Only he does. We had the fight done. Listen, our job is to make the biggest fights we can make and the fights that the fans want to see. And that's what we try to do. But the minute somebody starts talking about retirement, my philosophy on that, you should do it.
Yeah. Did you know about the stuff that came out of Albuquerque last night?
I saw it today. When I saw it today, I said, oh, everybody's going to think this is why he retired. Maybe that is why he retired. Who the hell knows, man? But, I don't know. These are all questions you got to ask him. Yeah. We had the fight done. You saw me talking about it very confidently that this fight was going to happen. And then he changed his mind.
Yeah. Two more quick ones for me. So for Tom Aspinall now, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Does that defense he did against Curtis Blaydes count to his official defenses? Because then he would only have two more to equal Stipe, or does he have to start fresh now?
You guys are throwing shit at me that I haven't thought about. I have no idea, but I don't know.
Okay. It seems like the most obvious choice would be Ciryl Gane for Tom, but is there a chance here maybe that to start the new without Jon Jones era, we should maybe do a big super fight and maybe you can convince Alex Pereira to move up and do an Aspinall fight, something like that? Or what are you thinking about the Tom fight?
Well, once I get through today, tomorrow starts International Fight Week. I'll be back in Vegas tonight, and Tom will be there all next week. So we'll sit down with him, see what he's thinking, what he wants to do. He's been great through this whole thing, and literally said, "I'll fight whoever you guys tell me to fight. I'm ready to go." So, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the Tom Aspinall era.
Aspinall has already suggested that his next opponent is set, though the name hasn't been revealed yet. Rumors continue to circle around Ciryl Gane, while Jailton Almeida has also been mentioned, and Curtis Blaydes remains in the mix as well. Whoever it ends up being, Aspinall's focus is on moving forward. That's a key difference between him and Jon Jones. Tom is ready to fight because it's his profession. It's what he lives for. Jones, on the other hand, only seems willing to compete when the circumstances are perfectly aligned.
Who's the next big heavyweight star?
Tom Aspinall, the guy who just won the interim title. He's phenomenal. And he is, again, the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest fucking striker in all of MMA.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. And he did it with a fucked up back. He fucked his back up and wasn't able to train. He only got the fight call 2 weeks before the event.
I was just going to say, right?
Yeah.
Like
He couldn't train.
He
His
couldn't
back was
train.
fucked. He just went out there and fought. I knew Aspinall was going to have a speed advantage because he's faster than any heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that's something that his coach drilled into him when he was young.
Speed.
Like, be fast. Like, you got to be fast. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Speed kills.
Speed. And he's a giant dude, 260 plus pounds, but he moves like a fast young guy.
Yeah.
And he's also just so well-rounded. And he's just beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the first big test.
In Baku, Azerbaijan, site of this evening's UFC card on ABC, Dana White is asked, maybe 11 or 12 minutes into the press conference, he is asked, what's going on with the heavyweight title? In essence, I'm paraphrasing. And he proclaims, so he was sitting on this. He didn't even announce it at the beginning. Didn't even start the whole thing with it. Talk about burying the lead. He announces to the world, Jon Jones is retired. He called us last night. He is no longer the UFC heavyweight champion. Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion. He is then asked in a subsequent question, all right, well, who is Tom going to fight? He said, oh, Tom's coming to International Fight Week. We're going to sit with him. You know, we got the meetings, all this stuff. They don't even have that ready. Did they tell Tom even before all of this? They say Jon Jones called him up last night. Coincidentally, 2 days ago, this interview with the Nelk Boys that was shot on Saturday after the DBX card is making the rounds, where Jon Jones essentially says, I'm not so into it. He all but says he's retired. This could have happened 7 months ago. This could have happened on November 17th. The fact that the illustrious career of Jon Jones, the supposed greatest of all time, ends at a post-fight press conference in Baku, Azerbaijan, is a joke. Is an absolute joke. I'm sorry, but this is an absolute joke. Tom Aspinall is going to Las Vegas. At the very least, present him the title. At the very least, do something to make it up for this guy who has been sitting there watching his career just waste away for the past 7 months. Oh, by the way, his last fight was almost a year ago, 11 months. Do something. This is the way it happens. This is the way it happens. Something that could have happened at the post-fight press conference in New York. Jon Jones never wanted to take this fight. And anyone who tells you otherwise is not telling you the truth. As I've said time and again, Jon Jones asked for a lot of money. He asked for the number that everyone was talking about. He's asked for a lot of money, and as I said time and again, he deserved that money. He earned that money. After much negotiation, the UFC got him that money. Did they ask for help? That remains to be seen, but they got him the number. And Jon Jones said he was in. And then a couple of days later, he said he was out. And ever since then, the UFC has been trying to convince him to come back, to take the fight, one last fight. And he said no. He's doing the reality show. He's living his best life. He's doing seminars, all this stuff. He's tweeting away. And so they've known for quite some time, several months, that he was out. Dana White told us a couple of weeks ago. What did he say? Jon Jones agreed. But I told you all, he wasn't telling you the real story. He wasn't telling you the full story. The full story was he agreed and then he reneged. Dana White guaranteed this fight would happen. He guaranteed it would happen as recently as a couple of weeks ago. It was already not a thing. The way in which this has been handled has not been great. And the fact that Tom Aspinall, at the very least, couldn't get some sort of, oh, here's the belt, here's a ceremony, here's your fight, here's your date, is shameful. Now, ultimately, Tom doesn't care about any of this. He really doesn't. He just wants to fight. It was never about Jon Jones. As I've said time and again, Jon Jones was a great addition to the whole scenario, to the equation. Oh, wow, I could beat Jon Jones to become UFC heavyweight champion, undisputed, incredible. Look at me, look at the stars have aligned for me. But ultimately, this guy just wanted to become champion. He wanted to prove he was the best. And by the way, he has been the best for the last couple of years.
You're younger, you're athletic, you hit hard, you pose problems. We don't have much data on you, meaning that we don't know what happens if you do. And this is me speaking from an analyst and like my experience in MMA. Like if I was to fight Tom Aspinall, okay, what do I need to do? Okay, he's very fast, very athletic, light on his toes. Okay, he blitzes across the void. So if he gets across the void, can I take that shot? A lot of people have not been able to take that shot. So if he gets across that void and I get hit, I might go fucking down. That happens, you become the biggest fucking star ever. You just slayed the GOAT in a lot of people's eyes, right? Or if I go out there, Jones' eyes, if I go out there and I beat him, it was just as his words said, he's here today, gone tomorrow, right? So that's my opinion, like from his standpoint, or maybe he wants $40 million. I have no idea.
Jones has always preferred to step in when the lights are brightest and the stakes are tied to legacy. But his legacy took a blow the moment he walked away from the division. If he truly wants to rebuild it, if he's chasing one final moment of greatness, the ultimate challenge, then perhaps it's on him to pursue Tom Aspinall rather than expecting the red carpet to be rolled out. Because while Jon was busy writing history, Aspinall was shaping the future. And with every passing moment, more and more fans believe that future belongs to Aspinall, not Jones.